All right, we're looking at an independent distillery. This is a really old distillery, by the way. Like one of the first ones in Kentucky.
Really?
Limestone Branch.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at Yellowstone's just regular select. It's 93 proof. So. Vanilla.
Definitely a lot of vanilla on the nose. I get a little bit of ethanol.
A little bit of ethanol. I get oak, too.
Well, yeah. I think that...
A little bit of ethanol. It's sort of... It's just kind of lingering. It's not like...
Yeah, it's not like
super
an
pronounced.
insulting.
It's
just kind of... Yeah, like, once you sniff it for a second, you kind of get the... You get
right.
the hint of it, but...
Well, the good news is we did what this recommends, and we let it breathe for a few minutes in the glass.
Oh, well, we did that.
We poured it a couple minutes ago.
We did, because we were watching TikToks, because we're very, very sophisticated individuals.
Oh, of course. I get, like... a little bit of, almost like rye spice.
Yeah, a bit for sure.
A bit more on the end of like, it's definitely like, the rye characteristics it has are more a little bit of oak and again, I'm getting a little bit of dark fruit and this one doesn't smell very sweet.
Yeah.
Aside from the vanilla that I got at the beginning, but that sort of has gone away.
Yeah, I definitely got a little bit of vanilla at the beginning, and definitely is smelling a little bit less sweet as I let it sit here.
It's like the baking spices part of a rye. It's not like the super bitey characteristics. It just has that. I'm blanking on the word I'm looking for. Oh, let's just try it. Ooh, that's got a lot of rye bite.
Definitely has a lot of rye bite. And then like on the
this has to be a high rye.
I
mean, the regular limestone branch is it's called minor case. It's a rye.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be too surprised if this is a high rye blend.
I'm definitely getting some like some caramel on the finish.
Caramel. Definitely, it has a lot of mouthfeel. It's there, it's present, and it lingers.
It definitely lingers, and it definitely
and the warmth is more like in your chest. It's not like in your throat.
Yeah,
the warmth is in your chest, but the mouthfeel stays where it is.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely get like you get that rye bite at first, but then it sweetens out as it lingers.
Right, and it's like it's funny. That's what the review says too. So we're getting something right here, boys.
Look at me, I was right about something.
No, but this is a good bourbon if you like rye. It definitely has a lot of the characteristics, and it definitely has the mouthfeel.
For sure.
The warmth is, it's weird. Not a lot of whiskeys I've had have you feel the warmth like almost in your stomach. It's like right around my lungs, maybe a little bit lower. It's like...
Yeah, I don't know anatomy that well, but it's definitely not in my throat.
Right. It's...
He got jokes tonight, boys.
Something else is not in your throat. Yet. Forever. I'm dying. Okay, anyway. We are both sober. This is only our second drink. But it's like... This is really interesting.
I really like this. It's a very unique, like, you expect something whenever it has that bite like that off the right in the beginning of the palate, that you expect the finish to just be really harsh and it to be really burning in the back of your throat, and it's really not.
So hear me out. Try it again, and right when you take that sip, it tastes like an Irish or like an unpeated Scotch to me for a second. That's the furnace kicking on. The light flickers a little.
And the lights will flicker on and off, just like the story.
I get it. But it's really interesting because the rye, like, the rye spice kind of flavor almost comes in more on the finish, but on the actual palate, it sort of gradually appears. It definitely tastes at the very beginning like a generic Irish whiskey, which is really bizarre. It's really good though. I mean,
I'm really into this. Yeah,
it's got a lot of presence and a lot of it's very complex for a 93 proof.
For sure.
It has the kind of the contrasting flavor profiles that I would expect from something stronger, or from something that isn't a bourbon. Because this is an actual bourbon, I believe. I want to make sure I'm getting there. Yeah, it is a bourbon.
Yep, it is in fact.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't also a rye-ish, or like the other part of it has to be like malted barley.
Yeah.
Because that Irish whiskey flavor isn't coming from them using rye or using corn.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of malted barley or something that's giving it that flavor.
It could be malted wheat or malted any. I mean, you can malt
there's
grains, but it's definitely malted.
There's definitely a malted something or other in this mash bill.
But it's there just enough to give you that, like, I had to take 3 sips before that's what it stood out as.
Yeah.
It was just kind of there. Like once I could like pinpoint it, it makes sense that that's what it kind of tastes like. But I don't want to say it like that it's bad or like it's pronounced, because it's really not.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there. But no, this is solid. This is $40 in PA. I'd say that's not too bad either.
I'd say for $40, this is a really interesting bottle. It's definitely a very unique one. It's not like really anything I've ever tried before.
And it's readily available, so that's good too. But yeah,